Madini Mazimba.
Madini Mazimba.
Madini Mazimba.
Inendri msalala. Inendri msalala.
Madini Mazimba, I'm back again. Now you know the HKD boss, Freeman, has released a new album titled Mukuru Wekambani. Now this album comes as a follow-up to his 2017 album titled Top Striker. Not an album which, for me, given now comparing it to its predecessor, Mangomai Hobo, the album he dropped in 2016, which was a fantastic album. And if you ask me, that was definitely the best dance album of 2016. And Top Striker, I know you're on the shake it up, and yes, there are a couple of tracks that you can listen to, but the album as a whole, you know, around so detail, you know, around so shika at that level, and I forgot to shika. Now, not fast forward here, he has now released this album titled Mukuru Wekambani, and after a week of listening to this album, I have to say, this new album is definitely way better than his last album, Top Striker. So if you're one of those people you're not impressed by his last album, you know, definitely take a listen to this new album. You know, you will enjoy it much more. Now going to this album, you know, Freeman tackled a lot of themes like he always does. You know, on his albums he tackles a variety of themes. You know, from some socially conscious stuff. He tackles a lot of, you know, relationship issues. Then also he throws in some self-praise there and a couple of party tracks. And that formula is also the same for this album. Now in terms of the socially conscious tracks, I'll get the tracks such as the title track of the album, Mukuru Wekambani, which is a fantastic track. But I've enjoyed listening to this to this track. And this track talks, you know, to a lot of Zimbos these days, because the economy is in a bad position. So a lot of us, we are now forced to chaga something, to get our own jobs, because in the formal sector access number. So Freeman's just urging a lot of people, motivating them, you know what, wherever kwa even unekamsika kako, your tuck shop, or maybe unogazira boots, unogazira mabande, whatever you do, so not be proud of who you are. And in a way, it's also trying to change the mindset of a lot of us. That employed by someone, desk, but it's also not opening up our minds. You can also be your own boss. You can also achieve the dreams or the life that you want, even though which is Shandra Weka. So it's a fantastic track. The production is done very well. And on this track, it features Poptain, and you know they both gave very good performances. They complemented each other, Freeman and Poptain, very well. And also still on that socially conscious tip, we get the track A Big Life, which is also another very good track, arguably one of the best tracks on this album. Now this track is just talking about that situation in Kuti. If you look at the past 10 years in Zimbabwe, a lot of people are trying to looking for greener pastures elsewhere, South Africa, overseas, a lot of countries. So Freeman just basically telling those people kuti there are some kuti pavakaenda vakabva no Kumba, you know, they just start neglecting the people at Kumba, the families that they left, their parents. Ikoko, they're living the big life, you know, my big spend. I want to scan on these guys. I know that big. But if you go back to their parents, so Freeman is just speaking against that kind of behavior. Let's be considerate. Now after that we go to the relationships, and that's where we get tracks such as Zua, which is more like a cliche track where you're just telling your partner, I can do the impossible for you, baby. Whatever you want, I can do it for you. You know, the production is done quite okay. We have the track Husband Nichikomba, where he's just talking against not dating married people. The production of this track is done quite well, but on the album, I think this is probably my least favorite track. And also another track in the relationships, you have the track Mission featuring Darula. Now, this is a fantastic track. You know, it also in a way kind of is a social commentary. He talks about that show in Kuti these days. You know, a lot of families, they are now split because maybe SA, and in a way is kind of tearing apart the family fabric. Now they yearn to see their father, they yearn to see their mother, trying to make ends meet. And not on this track, they did it in a clever way. Darula is like the wife, you know, just calling Kutina Chimpotsoka Kumbata Kusua, Zandu Merakunoko, and Freeman Arimum Sangwa, Desra Kutinot, as Zandru. I'm just hoping in Pandwe Coconut. I have something to chakatimbi because there's sometimes you don't want to but then no farana for about a week. But after that pack do you have to buy stuff. So you know, it's just saying, you know, I have viewing my thoughts. Pesa pandra kushanda, my mission is under it. I have viewing my thoughts. And so it's a track that a lot of Zimbos I can definitely relate to, because the subject matter that it tackles is definitely one that a lot of families they are facing these days. Now, We also switched, like I said, there are some self-praise kind of tracks, and on this album we get the track, such as Samo, that reggae kind of, it's on a reggae kind of structure, and I enjoyed listening to this track, and he's basically saying, let's not hate on music, in dance open that couch yakuti kana song iri yaningi wanafariri, or maybe ningangopinda pa stage unataka kukanda makian. So it's just basically saying, if it's a good song, let's just enjoy it, let's have unity in dance. So at the same time, a lot of people, they're asking for his music, they love his music, so it serves as a self-praise track. And also at the same time, it's kind of preaching unity and love among the artists and fans. So it's a lovely track. And now in terms of the purely party tracks, there's only one track on this album, and that's the track Mukati. Listen to this track, it just basically sounds the same as Sia from his Mangomai Hobo album production, and the overall feel of this track, it just reminds me of Sia from his Mangomai Hobo album. And also lastly, Freeman is also one of those guys who could, a couple of years back, haters and stuff. And on this track, there is one such track, which is the track Ana Melody, which is my favorite track on this album. Even though Nanda complained those days, it was becoming frustrating. But then on this track, he did it very well. Oskid, in terms of production, he was amazing on the production. And I'm not going to comment about Oskid, especially by people who produced the whole album, like Zantapana Winky Dio Killer T. And Pesauto get through one beat. But on this track, he did a very good job on the production, and Freeman delivered his best performance, if you ask me, on this whole album. And it is my favorite track on this whole album. It's a fantastic track. Now in terms of production, the album is produced very well. Freeman is one of those guys who works with a lot of producers, and if you go into this album, he worked with Simplex, he worked with Oskid, T-Man, Elia Bass, and each and every producer and his and her own structure, his and her own flavor, which they brought into this album, and that makes the album much more interesting to listen to. And so in terms of production, I have to say the album is definitely produced very, very well. Now lastly, when you go to the performances, Freeman delivered a very solid performance throughout the album. Even on some of the tracks, they are not my favorite tracks. Tracks such as Husband Nichikomba, or we have tracks maybe such as Hodi, tracks such as Zua. Even on those tracks, which are my least favorite tracks on this album, he gave a commendable performance. But then on tracks such as Big Life, we have Misha and Samo. His performance was definitely very, very good. And like I said, his best performance was on the track, Ana Melody. So I've enjoyed listening to that album. So, overall, that's all for this album. If you want to read a more in-depth review on this album, go to my blog. I have a blog. I've written an article, a review article on this album. So I'll post the link below in the comment section where you can listen, where you can read an in-depth. So in overall, my overall rating for this album, I give this album a 7 out of 10. Like I said, I've enjoyed listening to this album. My favorite track is Ana Melody, followed by Mukuru Wekambani. Then there's Mishani, and my least favorite track, like I said, is the track Husband Nichikomba. So for those who've managed to listen to the album, go in the comment section, tell me what you think. What's your favorite track on this album? Tell me, where do you rank this album among Freeman's albums? After that, come back, like the video, subscribe to the channel. See you again next time.